Leo, can I ask you something?
Sure, what is it?
Could you spend a whole day without your phone?
A whole day? No way. I don't think I could do that.
Really? Not even one day?
Maybe if I really had to, but it would be hard for me.
How much do you think you use your phone every day?
Probably too much if I am honest.
What is the first thing you do when you wake up?
I check my phone every morning before I even get out of bed.
Same here. I check my messages first and then social media. It is just a habit now. I don't even think about it.
Do you ever leave your phone in another room just to see what happens?
No, never. I always keep it near me, even at night.
I think phones are a really big part of our lives now, maybe bigger than we know.
They are. But is that good or bad?
Good question. I'm not sure. Maybe both.
Actually, I tried it once. A whole day without my phone.
Wait, really? You went a whole day without your phone?
Yes, just one day, a few months ago. I still remember it.
What happened? Tell me everything.
Well, I left my phone at home on purpose and went out for the whole day.
On purpose? Why would you do that?
I just wanted to know how it felt. I was curious.
So, what did you do first?
At first, it felt strange. I kept reaching for my pocket, but my phone was not there.
That's funny. Did you feel bored or worried?
A little bored at the start. I did not know what to do with my hands.
How did you know what time it was without a phone?
I actually asked a stranger on the street. It felt strange, but it worked.
That's so simple, but I never even think to do that.
I also wanted to take a picture of something. There was a really pretty tree by the river.
What did you do since you didn't have your camera?
Nothing. I just looked at it for a long time. I really looked at it.
That sounds nice, actually.
It was. I noticed things I usually walk right past.
Like what?
Little things. The sound of birds, a man feeding pigeons, the color of the sky that day.
That's a really different way to spend the morning.
It was nice. I noticed more things around me.
Did you miss anything important that day? Any messages?
A few, but nothing big. Everything was still there when I got home.
That makes me feel better, actually.
It does. I think we worry about big problems more than they really happen.
What do you usually do on your phone when you're not working?
Let's see. I check messages, check social media, take pictures, watch short videos, check the weather, and listen to music.
And watch videos late at night before bed?
Okay, yes, that too. More than I want to say.
For me, it's a bit different. I use maps a lot, read the news, order food, and shop online.
You really do everything on your phone.
I even talk to my friends more through messages than in person now.
Same. I sometimes message a friend who lives close by instead of just visiting.
That's true, isn't it? It's strange when you think about it.
It is, but it also feels normal because everyone does it.
Maybe that's exactly why it's worth thinking about.
Okay, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about it that way before.
That is true for a lot of people, not just you.
Do you remember life before smartphones, even a little?
A little. I remember using a paper map in the car with my family.
That sounds so old now, but it worked fine, didn't it?
It did. We just made plans earlier and trusted the plan.
Now we can change plans in 1 second with just one message.
That's true. It's easy, but maybe we plan less carefully because of it.
Good point. We just think we can always fix things later.
So, what would you do without your phone for a whole day?
Let's imagine it together. That sounds fun.
Okay, let's try. What about the morning?
I would read a book instead of checking messages first.
And I would make a real breakfast, not just grab something quick.
What about the afternoon?
Maybe I would go for a walk outside, somewhere quiet.
I might meet a friend and really talk, face to face.
No checking your phone every 2 minutes.
Exactly. And in the evening?
I would watch a movie from start to finish without checking anything else.
I would cook something slowly and just enjoy it without rushing.
It actually sounds like a really nice day when you say it like that.
It does, doesn't it? Simple, but nice.
So why don't we live like that more often, if it sounds so good?
I think it's just easier to pick up our phones. It doesn't take any effort.
Maybe we don't notice what's around us when we're always looking down at a screen.
That's true. But phones are useful too. We shouldn't forget that.
Of course, I'm not saying they're bad. I just think we use them without thinking sometimes.
They help us stay in touch with family, especially when we live far away.
And find our way when we're lost or need directions in a new city.
And even learn English, like right now.
Good point. So phones are not really the problem, are they?
Maybe it's more about how we use them and when.
Some days I just look at my phone without even thinking about why.
I don't think it's about giving up your phone completely. That seems like too much.
Then what is it about?
It's about knowing when to put it down and when it's okay to pick it up again.
That is a nice way to say it.
Actually, I think we should spend less time on our phones, both of us.
Maybe, but I don't think phones are really the problem.
What do you mean?
It depends on how we use them, not just how much time we spend.
Okay, but don't you think we check our phones without even needing to sometimes?
Sure, that happens. I do it too, more than I want to.
So maybe it's not just about the time, it's about the habit.
That makes sense. The habit is what bothers me the most.
Like when you're bored for 1 second and your hand just reaches for your phone.
Exactly. I do that without even deciding to.
Me too, if I'm honest. It happens before I even notice.
So maybe the goal isn't to use our phones less, it's to use them for a real reason.
I like that. Using them for a reason, not just out of habit.
I think that's the real lesson here.
Which part?
Doing things on purpose instead of without thinking.
Yeah, I want to try that more starting this week.
Me too. Small steps, maybe. Not a big change all at once.
That sounds easier for us, honestly.
You know, maybe we should try it together this time.
You mean a whole day without our phones? Both of us?
Yes, just one day. It could be interesting.
Okay, let's do it. I'm actually a little excited now.
Saturday or Sunday? Which day is better for you?
Let's do Saturday. It feels more relaxed than a weekday.
Where should we go? We can't just sit at home.
Somewhere outside. Maybe the park near the river, like I said before.
What if we get lost without maps? That happens to me a lot.
Then we ask someone for directions, like I did. People are usually happy to help.
What if there's an emergency? That's my biggest worry.
That's a fair point. We can bring one phone just in case, but we won't use it unless we really need it.
Okay, that sounds fair. I feel better about it now.
So Saturday it is. A whole day, just us and no screens.
I'm a little nervous, actually, but also curious.
Can I be honest about something?
Of course. What is it?
Part of me is a little scared to try this.
Scared? Really? It's just one day.
I know it sounds silly, but my phone makes me feel safe.
I understand that. Mine does too, in a way.
What if something important happens and I don't know right away?
I think most things can wait a few hours, even a whole day probably.
You're right. I just need to trust that.
We can always check the one phone we bring if we're really worried.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Don't worry, I'll be there too. We can do it together.
So how was your phone-free Saturday? Tell me everything.
Honestly, at first, it was really strange. Strange in a good way, I think.
Same here. I kept reaching for my phone in my pocket, out of habit.
I did that too. Maybe 5 times in the first hour alone.
What did you end up doing after the strange feeling went away?
We went for a walk, talked a lot, and even cooked dinner together, slowly.
What did you cook? Anything special?
Just soup, actually. But it felt special because we weren't rushing.
That's a nice way to think about it.
I noticed things I usually walk right past, small things.
Like the park you mentioned before.
Yes, exactly. It was full of people, and I actually noticed them this time.
I didn't know what time it was for almost 3 hours. It didn't really matter.
Neither did I. It felt strange, but also kind of nice in a way I didn't expect.
I felt calmer than usual, actually. Less rushed.
Me too. Less rushed and less busy in my head.
I still love my phone, though. I'm not going to stop using it.
Me neither. I just don't want to check it every 5 minutes without thinking.
Same here. That's exactly how I feel.
Maybe we all need a little time away from our screens sometimes. Not forever, just sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes.
Not every day, just enough to notice the world around us again.
I like that idea. It feels simple, but true.
So, what's the plan now? Same thing every week?
Maybe not every week, but once in a while, sure.
I'd like that. It gives us something to look forward to.
Me too. And it's nice to do it together instead of alone.
Definitely. It's easier when someone else is trying it with you.
And if I forget, you can remind me.
Deal. And if I forget, you can remind me too.
That's fair.
Okay. It's a plan then.
It's a plan.
Same time next Saturday then.
Deal. I'm already looking forward to it.